to the one, the only. Hashtag sports, hashtag racing. And this is show number 42116, and this is Manny Allegretto. And we do apologize. We're having some internet difficulties this evening, but we're going to bang through this because nothing gets in the way of the racing podcast. It was a battle at Bristol for NASCAR, and for NASCAR this weekend with some nice short track racing, and you have some more short track racing coming up this weekend. The weekend after, the action heads to Talladega. IndyCar was on the coast at Long Beach, and Formula One in China. Saturday's Xfinity Series with the Fitzgerald Glider Kits 300. Eric Jones is the winner. The number 20 Toyota, who led 62 laps, gained 3 points, finishing second. Kyle Busch in the 18 Toyota. Kyle Larson comes in third in the 42 car. Finishing fourth, Austin Dillon in the number 2 Chevy, and in the number 7 Chevy, finishing fifth, Justin Allgaier. The most laps led Kyle Larson with 94. Sunday afternoon, 500 laps of pedal to the metal for last Sunday's Sprint Cup Series. The Food City 500, Carl Edwards is the winner, and pole sitter, the 19 Toyota, led 276 laps, the most laps led on Sunday. Finishing second, Dale Earnhardt Jr., the 88 Chevy. Kurt Busch comes in third in the 41 car. Chase Elliott comes in fourth, and Trevor Bayne finishes in fifth. IndyCar action Sunday evening, the Toyota Grand Prix of Long Beach. Simon Pagenaud, the winner, the 22 Chevy. Scott Dixon comes in second, finishing third. Helio Castroneves. Juan Pablo Montoya finishes fourth, and Takuma Sato finishes fifth. Formula One Chinese Grand Prix. Nico Rosberg, the winner right there, coming in second. Sebastian Vettel. Third was Daniel Kvyat. Daniel Ricciardo comes in fifth, and Kimi Räikkönen finishes in. Daniel Ricciardo comes in fourth, and fifth is Kimi Räikkönen. Food City 500 laps, 266 miles. Start time was 1:20. Finish time was 4:36. 3 hours and 16 minutes. Rusty Wallace, NASCAR legend, the Grand Marshal, 6-time Food City 500 winner, and NASCAR Hall of Fame inductee. Trouble for the 88 car, though, started early for Dale Jr. Right after the start, comes back out 2 laps down. He had no power. Then you had a top 3 at lap 3, which was Carl Edwards, Matt Kenseth, and Joey Logano. And at lap 33 was Carl Edwards, Joey Logano, Matt Kenseth. And from time to time, I write down who I think might win. It changes during the course of the race. I wrote down Joey Logano, and I knew it was very early in the race, but still waiting for my guy to win. But top 3 lap 50, Matt Kenseth, Joey Logano, Kyle Busch. Kyle Busch bumps the wall, and that would bring out caution number 1, which would be at lap 52. The 18 car, Kyle Busch, into the wall, as mentioned, blew a right front tire. Bad day for Kyle Busch. And in fact, Kyle Busch, I believe, finishes, and I think I wrote this down for Sunday. Let me see if I got it here. I thought I did. I think Kyle Busch finished like 35th or something. 34th or 35th on Sunday. So bad time for Kyle Busch. Anyway, so question number 1 comes out, and 2 penalties really. It was the 23, David Reagan too many over the wall, and Bert Keselowski popped for speeding on pit road, and the restart would be at lap 59. Matt Kenseth, Denny Hamlin, Carl Edwards round out the top 3, lap 60. Then Stenhouse Jr., the 17 car, spins at turn 2. There was a lot of trouble going on with turn 2 last Sunday, but this will bring out question number 2 at lap 70. Restart will be at lap 78. So then lap 80, top 3 would be Matt Kenseth, Truex Jr., and Denny Hamlin. Truex gets into the top 3, and I thought maybe Truex Jr. could win this one, and I think he's kind of due for one. You know, they're messing up around with the tires. The big issue is with the lug nuts. We'll talk about that a little bit later on. But they're only tightening 3 lug nuts, and it's not just Truex Jr., it's a number of the drivers, and having to come back in again to get that, and it's messing a lot of people up. So I wonder if NASCAR is just going to say, we'll have to start policing it again. But I don't know. Lap 106. So anyways, he had Kenseth Truex Jr. and Denny Hamlin, but then Kevin Harvick would take third at lap 106. Eventually climb into first place, but not just yet, because first 22 car was penalized for uncontrolled tire. Joey Logano, he comes in for a green flag pit stop, and then Kyle Busch spins. And this will bring out caution number 3. Lap 160, bumped in the rear by Chris Boscia. Again at turn 2. They gave Michael McDowell the free pass right there. It was a rough riding for Rowdy this past weekend. David Ragan again popped too many over the wall. That's the 23 car. Kansas will take the lead into the restart, and that, my friend, would be lap 122. So you had Matt Kenseth, Carl Edwards, and Kyle Larson top 3. Lap 123, lap 133, still the same top 3. Now at lap 136, Kevin Harvick pops into 4th. Kyle Busch, he dropped all the way down to 24th. Truex Jr. was all the way down in 10th. So it was getting crazy on Sunday. Question 4 comes out, lap 148. Kyle Larson hits the wall. Turn 2 again. Trevor Bayne gets popped for a commitment violation. Once you cross that line, you got to keep going. You can't just come back out. That's the commitment violation. And the restart would be lap 154. Question 5 comes out, lap 187. So 33 laps of green flag racing before question 5 would fly. Carl Edwards into the wall. Lucky Dog of Stenhouse Jr. And Kyle Busch. Here's Kyle Busch. Popped. Speeding on pit road, section 10. And if you've been watching NASCAR long enough, those pit road penalties can kill you. And the green flag flies. Restart was lap 194. Then you got Paul Menard takes the lead after the restart. He drops down to second, and he drops all the way down after that. But the top 3 at lap 195 would be Carl Edwards, Paul Menard, Kevin Harvick. But then the 78, Truex Jr. comes into 3rd. Harvick quickly takes it right back. So then it was Harvick up in 2nd, Truex up in 3rd. So you had Edwards, Harvick, Truex Jr. top 3. That would be at lap 199. Question 6 comes out, lap 218. David Ragan, smoking this time. He drops out of the race, actually. It turns out to be an engine issue. His car smoking in the back straightaway going into turn 3. Clint Boyer would be the lucky dog for this one. Now, Austin Dillon and Greg Biffle both penalized for speeding on pit road. That would be the 3 and the 16, respectively. And the restart would be lap 227. Top 3 lap 227. Carl Edwards, Kevin Harvick, and Ryan Blaney. And he would actually come into 2nd. So at lap 230, it was Edwards, Blaney, and Harvick. Harvick would take 2nd at lap 240. Edwards still in front with a 1.2-second lead over 2nd place Kevin Harvick. Blaney would drop to 3rd. But then you got Jimmy Johnson coming into 4th. And then I said, well, could it be Jimmy Johnson? Could Jimmy Johnson make a move? But that didn't turn out either. But he would eventually pop into 3rd place. Truex Jr. dropped all the way down to 5th. So at 250, you top 3. And this was also the race halfway mark, 250 out of a total of 500. And that was Carl Edwards, Kevin Harvick, and Jimmy Johnson. Edwards with a 1-second lead over 2nd place Kevin Harvick, 2-second lead over 3rd place Jimmy Johnson. Ryan Blaney drops down to 6th in the 21 Woods Brothers Racing Ford. Question number 7 would fly, and that would be at lap 259. Kyle Busch again into the wall, and this would really seal the deal because this ended his day. And everybody sort of the video of the lady got bumped by the 18 car. That lady was not supposed to be in that area, so okay, I'm sticking up for the driver in this one. Kyle Busch into the wall, to the garage, again turn 2, something about that turn 2, and that was it. Restart was lap 274, top 3 lap 275. You had Landon Castle in front, Ty Dillon running 2nd, Carl Edwards down in 3rd. Edwards would pop into 2nd. Ty Dillon drops down to 3rd. But Edwards does take the lead back at lap 283. Then you had Harvick coming up into third, then up to second. So by 288, you had a top three of Carl Edwards, Kevin Harvick, and Landon Castle. And lap 289, Carl Edwards with a 1.04 second lead over second place Kevin Harvick. Then here is Jimmy Johnson back in third place, and again I thought at this moment could be Jimmy Johnson. Edwards still running first, Harvick still running second. So you had Carl Edwards, Kevin Harvick, Jimmy Johnson, the top three. That would be at lap 300. Carl Edwards with a 1.2 second lead over Kevin Harvick, 4.2 lead over third place Jimmy Johnson. But then Johnson comes to pit, tire issue. Landon Castle takes up the third place spot, and after the pit, Jimmy Johnson comes back out, and he's down in 31st place. Then you had Matt Kenseth coming into third. Castle drops down to fourth, and then you had Kevin Harvick in the lead. And then I thought, it looks like it's going to be Kevin Harvick. Now, there's 500 laps, so at lap 320, you still have 180 laps left. So, still kind of too early. Kevin Harvick, Carl Edwards, and Matt Kenseth makes the top three at lap 320. Kenseth hits the wall of turn 4, but this would not bring out a caution. It stays green. Then Kurt Busch comes into third, lap 325. Kevin Harvick still in front. Question number 8 comes out lap 330 for Josh Weiss into the wall. And a bunch of penalties under this question. The 11 car, Denny Hamlin, too many over the wall. And the 31, Ryan Newman, speeding on pit road. Improper fueling for the 44 team, the driver Brian Scott. And the 30 car, the car that hit the wall, pitting too soon and too fast on pit road. The restart from that would be lap 337. So then you had at 337, Carl Edwards, Kevin Harvick, Brett Keselowski making the top three. But then you only got 2 laps in before question number 9 would come out, and that would be lap 339. Casey Mears this time, the 13 car. And what happened was the 14 got into the 46, then ricochets into the 13, and that wrecks the 13. 13 Casey Mears, 47 AJ Allmendinger, and 46 Mike Gonnet. Now, it looked like Jimmy Johnson might got a little piece, nothing major, okay? Ryan Newman gets penalized again for speeding on pit road, and the 38 car Landon Castle for too many over the wall, and the restart will be lap 345. Carl Edwards, Kurt Busch, Kevin Harvick make the top 3 at lap 345, but then you get to lap 350. Question number 10. 44, Brian Scott spins into the wall, and the restart will be lap 355. Top 3 lap 400, this would mark the last 400 of the race, and that would be Carl Edwards, Kurt Busch, Kevin Harvick. Carl Edwards, 1.7 second lead over Kurt Busch at lap 408. At 409, 2 seconds on the nose over second place Kurt Busch, 2.9 over third place Kevin Harvick. Question number 11 comes out, lap 410 for the 11 car, Denny Hamlin. He gets loose in turn 2. And Danica Patrick gets penalized through this question for an uncontrolled tire. The restart will be lap 416. Then you had Carl Edwards, Truex Jr., Kevin Harvick, the top 3. Harvick pops into second. And then Chase Elliott pops into third. And Chase Elliott has yet to win a Sprint Cup race, although he has won an Xfinity race this year. Top 3, lap 430, Carl Edwards, Kevin Harvick, Chase Elliott. Then lap 437 will bring out question number 12. The Almirola, the 43 car, into the wall after contact from the 78 of Truex Jr. And both cars got called to the hauler. So they did a little investigating, but nothing really came out. I don't think it was any foul play. We would have heard about it by now. Usually midweek is when you get all the news for all the penalties. Usually Wednesday into Thursday when all the news comes out on that stuff. The 95 car speeding on pit road section 1, and the 42 car speeding on section 7 at 95, Michael McDowell, the 42 car, Kyle Larson. So, top 3, lap 3. Carl Edwards, top three at lap 448 would be Carl Edwards.